हांव एंथनी डिसिल्वा फ्रॉम आसोल ना आमिली आयज एक खबर आयकिल्या एक बिट्स पिलांनी एकलो भुरग्यान कितें इट हॅज बीन एलेज्ड दॅट कितें सुसायड जाल मध्ये गेली. नाव आय विल नॉट गो इन टू द डिटेल ऑफ दॅट whether it is suicide or not. It is for the investigating officers to go through. If these investigating officers are sincere and honest enough, number one. Number two, my heartfelt sympathies. दूख हांव हे फॅमिलीक देवान तेंचे शक्ती दिवची. हे तेंचे जो भुरगो तेंच्या हातांतलो आयज नाच जालो म्हणून. एंड मे द सोल ऑफ दिस चायल्ड रेस्ट इन पीस. पूण हेज्यावर आनीकूय दूख जाता म्हणल्यार तो भुरगो मेलो आनी हिंगा आमची गोंयांत कोण कोणूय आपापले गेले कन्क्लुजन मारूं लागले. कोण टिक्कम, कोण निगम, कोण सीएम, कोण एमएलएज. आनी एमएलएज आनी फिलॉसॉफी घेवन वयतले. तो एकलो एमएलए आनी आपल्यागे जाणवाय दिता. इन्स्टिट्यूट आर रेस्पॉन्सिबल. ही वॉन्ट टू होल्ड द इन्स्टिट्यूट रेस्पॉन्सिबल लायक जावं स्कूल कॉलेज जावं बिट्स पिलांनी. शेम ऑन दीस एमएलएज. I can name and shame this MLA, but my purpose is not to target the messenger. I want to target and see something can come out from my message. Hey, so MLA, कोण हेको मायक दिता नको कायचं काय उलोवपाक. एकलो MLA येयला आनी सांगता I will tell the CM, I will write to the CM and I'll see that the institute must be. अरे सगळे इन्स्टिट्यूटाचे घालपा येयला कायचं काय. For anything, simply institute. Investigation done na. If there was some harassment from the college or the institute, and that investigation has found that, fine, we can understand. Atul, preliminary reports clarity yelli na. Prima facie evidence ache them the suicide note declare kela. Investigation done na atul. That report yelli nahi, black and white. आणि एक कोण टिक्कम आणि निगम आणि एमएलए लागले आपापल्याक जाणवाय दिवपाक जस्ट टू विन सम ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स. म्हणजे आपल्याला स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन घेवपा लागला इन्स्टिट्यूटाचेर. आय फील लायक गिविंग सारकी राग येता असो एमएलएचेर. पुश टू पुश अँड शेम दीस एमएलए. जस्ट हाव कीपिंग सायलेंट फॉर सम टाइम. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी शुड नो that an institute like BITS Pilani is a high demanding institute. Tinga lessons, studies, they are at a very top notch level. They are difficult. It's going to be tough. That has to be made to be understood to the parents as well as to the students. Your clarity is over there. So for that, maybe we could suggest to such institutes to let them conduct every year mental health programs for every student. Let them conduct psychometric tests. Psychometric tests every year maybe. These are only suggestions. Maybe they should provide them with psychologists, psychiatrists, maybe counselors. Maybe every student can go through this. Yeah, set up if this type of cases are going on. These are the things where we can take precautions. How can we simply blame the institute for any child? I'm not talking about in this particular case. In any institute, if a child has committed suicide in a particular institute, how can we just try to zero down on the institute? What can the institute do about this? Unless and until it is due to some harassments or if it is a murder case. There also, the institute cannot 24/7 wait and watch as to what time, at what hour and what minute a child is going to commit suicide. Can anybody control a person who wants to commit a suicide? Suicide is something that can happen at a break of a second. So blaming any institute, in this case BITS Pilani, I don't understand. Investigation has to go on. But these extra smart people who come and talk about holding institutes responsible for any suicides, instead of doing the proper homework for the children, just want to win a brownie point. Secondly, E-Institute, they are high demanding institute. What do you expect to do if a child is not able to cope up with these lessons? What should be done then? Bring down the level of the education? Then it will become like the Dr. Pramod Sawan. To make some PIs happy, he gets promotions to 19 as DYSPs. म्हणजे तुम सगळे DYSPs आहेत चला व्यवसाय. Mind you of a football match that was going on in Uganda. And Idi Amin was there as a chief guest. They football hatale hote ge Uganda and the rest of the world. And he saw that all the 22 players are running after one ball. So he called his secretary and told them, "Arey Baba, why these 22 people are running after one ball? Buy another 21 balls and give to all of them. Let each one of them have one ball." It's so good that आपल्याला सियामाला आता. And सगळे happy करपा आप 19 device गायले. चला असं go make merry. Anyhow elections are going to come. I will make use of you all properly during that election time. What is this? So are we going to bring down the standard of the institutions because children cannot cope up in this world of full competition? So what can we do? The best thing, one of the elements we can reduce. One, our children should go through, as I said, psychometry tests time to time. Counseling has to be done time to time. There should be some psychologists at their disposal. There should be counselors. There should be some parental guidance. And above all, every parent must tell their children, if you cannot cope up, please come home. Every parent must tell their children wholeheartedly, you cannot cope up, tell them that you are more important than the big Pilani's education. Tell the children that they should come back. You cannot cope up, come back home. Tell them that you are more important than anything else in this world. Instead of later on blaming the institutes. All the parents, before the courses starts, there should be one faculty who should explain this thing to the parents also. Make them understand, tell them that these institutes, the syllabus is going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. So the committing suicide, if it is in case of the pressures of the studies, suicide is not an option. It is not. Absolutely not. But suicide didn't bring any solution. So what is needed and to be inculcated in every child is the day the break-even point comes. Before that, the child has to be sensitized to please either change the course, change the college, or leave that studies and shift and be in the arms of the parents. That's important. We cannot blame the institutes. And the government department are suicide. So many times police, they commit suicide. So what do? Do we put the responsibility on Tikam and Nigam? Does Tikam take the responsibility? Home department has suicide. Does Pramod Sawant take the responsibility? Should we blame Pramod Sawant for that? Now Dr. Pramod Sawant? Should we tell that he is responsible for it? And here thode MLA aite ulait hai pochpochit. So this useless, bull-headed MLA blaming the institutes for anything. So to get government employees suicide will reach. Do you all think the responsibility had resigned? Do you make your government defunct? To get constituency, take suicide will do. Do you resign? Do you take the responsibility? Do we blame you for that? To get constituency suicide should we blame you as a MLA of that constituency? Anything. So stop blaming any particular institutes. It can be anything. It can be police department, it can be government, it can be a constituency, it can be parents even at home. Even if the child commits suicide, holding the parents responsible for that does not make any sense. Unless, otherwise, where the child is harassed, tortured, something like that. But if a child is going to commit suicide, maybe because of some love affair, maybe because the child cannot cope up, in spite of parents telling him, Baba, you cannot cope up, come back to us. Be with us. That's more important. Instead of pushing the child to do something which he cannot. You cannot expect an elephant to climb a coconut tree, even though the elephant may be huge. Makes no sense. So, please let us stop zeroing down on institutes for any type of matters and breaking the investigation process before even it has commenced. You people are doing abortion of the child before the child is born. Stop this. And focus on how we can improve this. And the main thing I feel, a child many a time commits suicide because the child is not able to cope up. So in such a scenario, the best option is the parents has to be educated, the child has to be educated that if you cannot cope up in a particular institute, particular subject or particular stream, whether it's engineering or medicine, the child has to be told and taught and prepared that the child can come back and pursue something else. I hope this video of mine will help in some way that you understand this thing better.